What's going on, everybody? Space Post here. Welcome back to another Kingdom of Heroes video. Today, guys, we're going to go over a couple 3 stars that I think you should be, really paying attention to when starting this game, even maybe mid-game or late game, but nobody is mid-game or late game yet that's in the global server, because as you know, this game came out about 6 days ago. So what I want to do today is pull up the 3 stars and go over some of them with you guys, because I have noticed there is a few OP 3 stars in this game. So let's pull them up here. I believe the best way to do this is through the codex. I think we can just hit all. Wait, is there a way that I could just search 3 stars? Okay, let's pull them up here. I think if I just click all. Yeah, okay, so it'll show me all. Now, we're not going to go over all of them, guys. We're just going to go over some of the ones that I've noticed that are super OP. And the first one I want to go over with, because I'm actually going to start building her myself. And she is a fire unit. And I believe it's this one here. Yes, it is. Now, Cassie is amazing. She looks amazing. Her kit is amazing. And the first thing you see on the screen here is attack surrounding enemies by encircling the area, which means AoE with waves of flame. Successful hits reduce the defense of enemies hits for 2 turns. This attack will always have advantage over target's element. That is huge. She's going to be good everywhere. Any single part of this game, she's going to be good, because she's always going to be dropping that defense break. Now, keep in mind, as far as PvP goes, if people have 500% resistance or 300% resistance, this game has no accuracy and resistance cap, so you might have to stack a little bit more on her. But being that she's never weak, to any element, she is always going to be beneficial for you to have in your team as your defense breaker, because she's going to hit it probably more often than anybody else is. And for a 3 star, that is amazing. Now we got the A2, attacks enemies within a target area, which is another AoE with fire, and recovers 40% of the damage inflicted as HP. So you don't really need to worry about healing her up. She's going to, break defense and heal herself up. She's like, got all the kits right in one here. This skill's damage increases when enemies have more active debuffs. So the more debuffs, the more damage she's going to do. If the enemy hit isn't killed, their glancing rate is increased for 1 turn, which just means it makes it harder for them to crit. Glancing just means less chance to land critical hits. And then we got Spiky Flower, which attacks a target enemy. Successful hits have a 50% chance to inflict continuous damage on a target for 1 turn. So now for dungeons, she is going to be top tier, especially with the defense break, and she can self-heal herself. She's going to be so good for you. So don't feel bad building her. If you have her and you don't have a good defense breaker, build her up, throw her in your dungeon team, and she's going to do great. So Cassie gets an A++ in my book. Now let's find another one here. Now, I'm still not familiar with a lot of these. I did look at 3 of them that I want to go over in this video with you today. And one is, I went over 1 in each element. And then in the future, we'll do like a tier list on Twitch or something, and then we'll put it here on YouTube. But if I do a tier list, I want it to be with you guys doing it with me, because one person's opinion is not really, a good way to make a tier list, because my opinion could be different from somebody else's. All right, now we had the green one. Let me find her here. Then we'll be right back. Okay, now we got Sophie here. Now, again, I do want to tell you guys, I'm not saying there's not other 3 stars. I'm not saying there's not better 3 stars. These are just 3 stars that I noticed that you can use early game and bring them into late game and use them as well. I'm still new to the game, just like you guys, but from what I can see, the 3 that I'm going to go over with you today are really good, and you can use them early, mid, and late game. So now we got Sophie, increases the speed of you and surrounding allies for 2 turns. Now, she doesn't push attack gauge or anything like that, but she's pretty much like Windwalker, where she gives you, a speed buff for 2 turns. Then we got strikes a target enemy with an unforeseeable attack. Successful hits have a 60% chance to stun the target for 2 turns. Successful stuns will grant an action opportunity. So I believe if she stuns, she gets an extra turn. So she can literally just keep stunning people. So yeah, it's not an AoE, but if you have enough accuracy on her, she'll be able to stun out the whole team in 1 turn. And then we got the A1, which is reduced defense. And as you guys know, I love units that do reduced defense, especially in this game, because most defense breaks start off with 1 turn, and then you literally have to skill up the monster to get the 2nd turn. Like Sophie here, at level 6, you will get the extra defense break, so you'll get a 2 turn. So when you're first starting off in the game, you're not going to have a lot of skill ups. So most of your defense breaks are going to be one turn. So we got aims at an enemy's weak spot to attack. Successful hits have a 50% chance to reduce target's defense for one turn. This skill's damage increases when the enemy hit has more active debuffs. And then if you look down here, we got 5%, 5%, so that goes up to 60% chance to reduce defense. And then she gets a bunch of damage added to her as well. So I'm going to go with her as our tree element. And now let's look at a water element, 3-star. And there's so many more, guys. There's so many more good ones. There's so many usable 3-stars in this game. So like I said, this is not the end all be all. This is just 3 that I want to go over with you. So you guys, if you have them, you know you can build them and use them, and they'll do really good for you, whether it's in dungeons, PvP, early game, late game. So I just wanted to pick 3 of them out today and go over them with you. Now let's find a water one here. Okay, so we got Bigfoot here. Now, water was kind of hard to do. Now just keep in mind, guys, this is just something fun I wanted to do with you guys by going over 3 different element, 3 stars. Now, I'm not saying there's not better. There's definitely better. There's definitely other ones. But I wanted to pick, one from each element and kind of give you guys options, especially as a new free-to-play player, or if you're not going to spend money on the game. You're going to need some options because you never know what you're going to pull, and you might not pull, the best stuff or the best 3 stars. So the point of this is try to give you guys some options, when starting your account off. So I went with Bigfoot. Now there is other ones. So now he's got this 8-3 here, which is smashes into the ground, inflicting damage on surrounding enemies and knocking them back. So this is really good because he pushes them back a tile, and then he lands provoke for 2 turns, which is huge because it's going to stop the rest of your team from taking damage. So if you're a new early game player and you don't have a lot of options, he's going to protect the rest of your team. So if your team is really squishy and you don't have good runes, he is going to be there to protect your team. So from what it looks like, you just stack a bunch of HP on him. He's going to soak up all the damage on your team. And then we got the A2 here, which is make a fuss. Attack surrounding enemies by performing a spinning kick. Successful hits have a 50% chance to stun enemies hits for 2 turns. Every successful stun applies a stack of continuous heal recovery for 1 turn. So now he's going to stun and he's going to put up heals. And if you look down here, you can always upgrade these stuns and heals. So you got a 15%, 10%, that's another 35%, 40%. So this is actually going to go up to 90% chance to stun. So he's pretty much going to be stunning most of the time if you have enough accuracy on him. And then we got the A1 here, which is charge into an enemy target. Then we got the A1 here, which is charge into an enemy to attack, making you move forward with the target 1 tile. Successful hits have a 50% chance to increase your defense for 2 turns. So now what this guy is doing is he's stunning, so he's stopping the enemy from taking turns. He's landing provoke, so he's taking all of the damage. And then he's protecting himself, so he can take all of that damage. So for a 3-star, he actually seems really, really cool to me. Now, I know there's probably better ones out there, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to pick 3 from 3 different elements. And in the future, of course, I will go over the best 3 stars in the game overall. For now, I just wanted to have some fun, and I think Bigfoot is going to be a lot of fun, especially if you're new to the game and you don't have a lot of options. He's going to be just landing those provokes, taking all of that damage, and he's going to be so much fun to play with. So that is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope that, helps you in being able to pick out, what 3 stars may be good. Same thing with 4 stars. You just really have to look at the kits, see what has, attack area, which is AoE, and, see what their skills are actually bringing to the table. As far as dungeons go, you're looking for, continuous heal, attack down, HP block, just like any other game. When you're starting off, you need those debuffs. As you get late game, of course, you don't need those debuffs. You're going to be speed running. But for the first probably month or so, you're not going to be speed running anything. So some of these 3 stars might come in handy and really help you, moving forward in your progression. We are so close to 1,000 subs on YouTube, guys. We are actually 3 away since I posted my last video. So once we get there, we're going to do a huge giveaway here on YouTube and on Twitch. There's going to be so many winners, so many awesome prizes. We always have the random giveaway going on. All you have to do is be sub to the channel, liking and commenting on all of the videos to be a part of that. That is the biggest single prize we give on this channel. If you want to follow me on Twitch and Discord, that is in the description as always. The Discord is getting so big. There's so much help there. So much beautiful, awesome people. So shout out to everybody on Discord. I love each and every single one of you. As always, I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.